Well, the world waits and watches with interest and concern as China, well, does it have global ambitions? Does it not? It just says it wants to achieve its rightful place in the world. Its neighbours seem pretty uncomfortable with what its ideas of that rightful place might mean. America, of course, doesn't want to give up its number one spot as the world's superpower, and that does seem at times to be what China's ambitions are. But ambitions aside, it's funny how sometimes David and Goliath battles can be more evenly matched than you might think. In this case, I'm speaking of Taiwan. Taiwan just had new presidential elections a couple of weeks ago, and here to speak with me about it is our Asia correspondent, Yuki Oikawa. Yuki, thank you so much for coming on once again to the Aussie Wire.
Thank you for having me.
Now, for Australians, we might not be quite, I guess, in tune with how much someone from Japan would be concerned with what happens with the Taiwanese election. Obviously, we watch it. It still affects our region. We are in the larger Asia-Pacific region. But for you and for Japan, it must be a much more close to home, literally, topic.
That's right. That's right. This time, the Taiwanese presidential election is extremely important. It was very important because this is the first time to do the presidential election among three parties, three people.
Right.
Usually two, but this time, what do you call triangle fight? This is the first time. Usually, the Taiwan in the Taiwanese history, the first party was the Chinese Nationalist Party,
Right.
which is called KMT. But usually, we should call the party by using the color. It's a blue party, blue party, which is the Chinese Communist Party. This party is pro-China.
Right.
And usually, pro-China, blue party used to be the first party. And then now the current administration is Democratic Progress Party, which is called DPP. And we call this party green one, green party. So symbol color is green. And then this time, the first time, the third party appeared, which is called Taiwan People's Party. TPP. And the color of this party is green blue. Green blue.
In between.
Okay. So, in between. Green one, green party, blue party, green party, and then blue green. So, the blue green one, TPP, is in between pro-China and pro, I don't know.
When you
say
not
independent, it's
when you say pro-China in the case of the Blue Party, are you talking about being pro the Chinese Communist Party?
That's it's against Chinese Communist Party. It's
Right.
more pro-China.
Yes.
As a history.
Yes.
I mean, the mainland China, especially a strong connection by the business.
So
economy.
This is one of the important distinctions that I think here in Australia we often miss this nuance that there are obviously in Taiwan. That's where the former Chinese government fled after the revolution that happened, and there are people in Taiwan who would consider that to be the legitimate Chinese government in exile away from the mainland. And actually, in that region, it's very, very separate. Your feelings towards the Chinese Communist Party is an entirely different thing to your feelings towards China as a place, as a culture, as a history and a civilization. So these were the results. And the thing that stands out to me, and you've raised exactly this point, it was a three-way race. And that means that the winner, although they get to be the president, was actually a minority. They only got a minority of the votes. How stable do you think Taiwan is going to be under these circumstances? Do you think people are going to try and take advantage of this?
That's right. Yeah, that is the main point of this election. So the international community was watching. So Taiwanese people will choose pro-China or more independent. So the Taiwanese people's answer is they against pro-China. So, which is clear. However, they prefer the current situation.
Right.
They prefer current situation rather than becoming the independent.
Yeah.
So becoming independent means the problem. Maybe China will invade.
Right.
So people's choice was
Yeah.
to be the current situation.
So we see headlines like this one here from CNN, where they talk about the Taiwanese voters dismiss China warnings. Were China explicitly trying to pressure and alter the outcome of this election?
That's right. That is always. So any election, Chinese people have to receive the pressure from the mainland China.
Mm-hmm.
This time is the same. However, this time is quite different. The people obviously refuse or rejected the pressure or any kind of offer from Chinese side.
Mm-hmm.
So they already knew if they connect with mainland China, what's happening. So maybe maybe will be happening like Hong Kong.
Sure.
So therefore, and also, the people realize that they have already the strong administration, which is a Green Party, Democratic Progress Party.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they became a winner.
So that's the perspective of the Taiwanese people. The global perspective, and here's the Brookings Institute here, the global perspective on this result seems to be that it was momentous. It's going to have geopolitical implications far beyond the size of the Taiwanese economy. I mean, Taiwan is a very significant place in the world economy. Obviously, Taiwanese semiconductors and so forth, their technology sector is quite incredible. But with that said, they are a relatively small economy. Do you really believe that Taiwan is such a bellwether that it really does indicate China's intentions to the degree that justifies these sorts of headlines, that this was such a momentous election?
It depends on the future relation with the other countries. So such as US, Australia, and Japan. Taiwan, the current administration, the strong winner, strong women, she is called, hang on one second. Yeah, the current president, Tsai Ing-wen, she's a strong woman.
Okay.
And very strong. And she was strong at democratic, what should we call the making relation with other countries. So this is the first time Chinese leader can build the strong relation with other countries.
Right.
So the people realize, Taiwanese people realize, now we got the strong leader, the global leader. They can connect, they can build the relationship with other countries rather than China. So in that case, they can build much more strong economic basement. And also, this time, the winner is William Lai. He is a medical doctor rather than the political leader.
Right.
At the same time, the vice president will be Shou Biking. She's gonna be a vice president and used to be the ambassador to United States.
I see.
And her mother is Taiwanese and her father is, I think, American.
Right.
So speak English, Chinese, Taiwanese, and also Japanese.
Wow.
She was born in Japan.
Oh, wow.
So very, very international person. And also, she is strongly against Xi Jinping.
But this has to be done very carefully. based on what you said before, if the Chinese people don't want to go, if the Taiwanese people don't want to go to full independence, then on the one hand, they're trying to build and strengthen these international relationships and the economic base through those relationships, but without going so far that China looks at them and says, well, now you're becoming too independent and perhaps they might try and make a move. It seems like a very delicate balance to walk.
Very delicate. So they have to make the balance always. Mm-hmm. So the people expect the Taiwanese leader to make the good balance.
Right.
So that is a requirement to the Taiwanese leader. Mm-hmm. So I think people are good at choosing the good leaders, including the Vice President-elect Shou Bikin.
Well, let's hope that you're right, and the Taiwanese people are indeed good at choosing good leaders that can walk that line and obviously pursue the best interests of the Taiwanese people without hopefully provoking an increase in the tensions in that region, because that would not be in any of our interests. Yuki Oikawa, thank you so much for joining us here on the Aussie Wire.
Thank you very much.